What is up, everyone? Happy Saturday morning, live, Lock Force, assemble. I've been patiently watching the countdown myself, ready to click. I'm ready this week. What's going on? And yes, I was just on the phone with a question. Guess somebody's gonna come get Storefront. Oh, shit. Hold on, please hold. Let's test the waterproofness of that hard drive, which is probably. Oh man, that looks like a. Dang it. Well, anyway, I was ready. Hold on, now my hard drive. Dang it. And then we got to turn the lock force light on, but hold, please. The hard drive is more important. Let me go get a paper towel. That's not a very good. It's not a very good thing. Okay, well, anyway, that's what I get for saying I was ready. Yeah, hold on just a second. That's the problem, is I hadn't had any of this yet. Hope everybody's doing well. Anyway, I have somebody coming in for Storefront cylinders. So I'm actually going to go up front real quick and get those, since it looks like I went on myself. I do have a pair of jeans in the back, but they're ratty jeans. I don't want to put on my ratty jeans quite yet. I'll keep my fancy jeans on. They're now coffee stained. Dang it. Dang it, Wes. We need to find my chat over here. Where's my, come on, wake up. Where are you? Yes, there you are. I've actually got some up there. I'm going to run out to my truck real quick, though. Please hold one more time, because I'm going to go get, do I have cylinders in here? No, I do have a couple over there. Give me just 1 second. This is kind of weird, but sorry about that. We'll shift back to there and fire this thing up. All right, so let's go grab a couple of cylinders out of the back of the truck. That's just wonderful. Look at this. Look at this. Hold on. Let me model for y'all. Look at that. Right down. I don't know if you can see or not. Right down the leg there. Jeez. My microphone's hanging all wobbly. Sorry about that. That's what I get for saying it, right? What y'all think? We should get a couple of Yale, maybe? Yeah, let's do 4 Yale. In case he decides he's got several doors. Actually, I got 6 Yale here, and then I can do maybe a flush slag. Yeah. Got slag there, and I got some spacers inside. So that was actually part of the life. Sorry about that. Here comes another bang. Raisinets. Who eats raisinets? Yuck. Let me pull this stuff inside here. Actually, that'd be funny. We could do, well, no, these are inch, there's only one of each there, so no, we're not going to do that. I was going to say the ones that Nick sent me, we could sell them and somehow do a live, like, add money to a pot or something like that. All right, so let's put that down. Okay, I'm back. Now, that'll sort me. Y'all are sitting there like, oh my God, what in the hell have I gotten into? Just never know what's going to happen on Saturday Morning Live, right? All right, let's switch back to this mic, and Wake up, wake up, wake up. What's up? Happy Saturday morning live. It remains to be seen about the hard drive because it did land right on the connection. Let's go look. Let's go look real quick. I'll get to comments in a minute. Many other things have happened since this started, so just hold on. Hold on. Where is that hard drive? There it is. Man, I hope everybody's doing well, though. Yes, it's there. Okay. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright, except for my pants leg. Oh, you know what? I've got a hair... let's do this. Let's chat for a second, and I'm going to go get a hairdryer. I actually have a hairdryer. Kim she ordered something on Amazon, and there was this big screw up. And, she ended up getting like 3 or 4 of the same hairdryer. I'm glad the video didn't. I'm not gonna say that. Videos. I hope the video's been going good. I have not had a chance to look at the comments. Is what I'm gonna do right now. Let's make this bigger. What's going on, everybody? Rune, I know was here. Wes. Oh wait, why is it doing that? Okay, there we go. Don't forget the logo. Thank you. I put the coffee over there so I'd remember the logo. And then all that happened. Then life happens, right? And I think this camera was just a bit high right before I decided that was a little bit high. Anyway, I'm going to go backwards on the comments again. Nathan, good morning. Mike in. Wes, thank you for the reminder. Lowell. Money perks up. Money? Where's money? What are y'all talking about? That's the one thing about reading comments backwards is I think you're at the end of your range for the microphone. Thank you for pointing that out because that microphone is now extended up. If it's got a little bit higher, it's up a little bit higher. So right there. I've got the lock force setup going. And a full garbage going too. Oh wait. Yeah, that's the trouble. Stupid Jason. Anyway, Jesse, what's up? Gumby, how's it going? Was Wes in for a visit this a.m.? Wes? No, he didn't come by today. Or I don't think he was. Yeah, he wasn't. Okay, let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back to the beginning because Access Locks, what's up? Nick, hey, good morning. Rune, as always. Access, what's up? Did I just say Access? Okay. Paul, Story Lock. Let's get to the part where I spilled coffee everywhere. Plug spinner, y'all talking about plug spinners, I see there. Y'all were talking about, I don't know what y'all were talking about. I missed that. I scanned too fast. Kevin, good morning. HKS, what's up? Night Owl, how's it going? Lockpicking Patrolman, I was watching your live or had it in my ear when I was working, doing stuff. But yes, I hope everybody caught. If not, go back and check out Lockpicking Patrolman's live. He did a key for somebody had sent him a padlock. One of his subscribers had sent him a padlock. I can't remember who it was. That coffee stain. Dang it. And he made a key for it with a little Lishy clipper. New intro screen, no video. Yeah, I forgot to put the video up. But there was a slightly new intro screen. We're just going to change it up a little bit every so often. Lock force. Cars driving by at normal speeds. A good sign. Alright, there we go. Hope you feel better from the black mold. Yes, the black mold. That was about a week ago. I don't know. When Kim texted me, it showed what day that was. Wednesday or Tuesday or something. I don't know. It took a little bit to edit it. That was coffee abuse. This is all Wes's fault. Yeah, Wes's fault. Okay. Ethan, hey, not watching for a long time, so not a new subscriber, but new into chat, I believe. I don't remember seeing you in chat before. Thank you. Glad you could tune in. I don't know if you experienced the coffee fiasco of 2020 February 2020, but it happened, and yeah, the black mold was nasty. And yeah, I don't know about the cat. It's up in the air about the cat. So the cat was scrawny, very malnourished. An animal would eat its, eat its own stuff to survive. I couldn't smell any pee because I had a mask on. I don't know the back door. For those of you who watched that black mold video, the back door had a spring closer on it. So while I was away from the door, except when I propped it open at the very end, specifically so the cat could run out, it needed to get out of the house. Basically, I was trying to catch it to get it to rescue, but I don't think that cat slipped in the front door, honestly, because I'd been working at my truck, which was in direct line of eyesight. So unless it went in when I was around back, I mean, it may have slipped in the house, but the only reason a stray cat would slip into a house is the cat lived there. The way, I don't know. I don't know if the cat was there. I did not see when I was searching the house. I didn't see any hidey holes, but anyway, I'm just glad I got the cat out. Drama for the cat. He almost put a mask on to watch the video. I know. As soon as I open that door, they're gonna have, you can't. Yeah, kilts. Bart was joking. I think he was mostly joking about the kilts, but yeah, you have to tear out the drywall. You have to strip it down to its studs, and then you have to treat the studs, and it's just good luck with that house. I hope the kitty finds a home, though. I'm more concerned about the cat than the house. I don't care about the house one little bit. Picture of the mold, but not the video. Well, I mean, it's a long video. It's one of my videos. I get flamed pretty constantly for videos that have gotten higher in numbers, 30,000+ views, and they're like, I never even realized it until somebody comments on the video, and then I look at the video, and I'm like, dang, that got high. But they're always bitching because they had come for that 1.5 minute of info that I put in the middle of a 15 to 30 minute video. So, yeah, I'll just treat mine more like mini movies. Most of my stuff, anyway. And yeah, some people like the long videos. I mean, it's just like watching a series, right? It's the series, and have to try to make them as interesting as possible. So let's get to the content. One thing I do have sitting on my counter over here is the mini movies. Thank you for not taking my spot. Is this guy, and I posted a picture of this in the community settings, of which I've mentioned I don't like the community. I know y'all are looking forward to getting community posts, but give me just a sec. Let's switch. I'm gonna go to the back real quick and go and grab that hair dryer, because this stain is that's just gonna bake it in, though, isn't it? I have, you know what I've got, hold on, I carry around a nope. Let's switch microphones. Microphone switch. And microphone switch. Oh, and I do expect, I think a Ford key's coming in that we got to do. We do have an unboxing right there. They're going to the shoe shop. I'm supposed to be carrying a one of those little oh, there's my eye drops. One of those little whatchamacallit, cleaner. You clean your clothes if you spill crap. If you're an idiot and you spill crap on yourself. But it's not in that bag. Is it in this bag? No, it wouldn't be in that bag. Stay right there. I'm going to go look in the back real quick. And then we're going to get to the content. Hair dryer, hello. And let's see. Steel wool? Nah. Nah, we're not going to use still wool. Let's use water. Water. And the content that we have, yes, we have pictures of little Frank. I don't know if the microphone's breaking up back here or not, but we do have little Frank pictures. And this video is sponsored by Revlon, without which we would not be able to dry coffee stain on our jeans today. So if you're in need of a hairdryer, please check out Revlon Essential Compact, whatever. Yeah, that's a big old spot too. I hate coffee stains. Oh, you know what? Do I have a plug-in? I do have a spare plug-in. I'm going to use that spare plug-in. Watch me. No, I'm not going to say I'm going to do that. That would be a bad thing. Bet you've never seen this done on live YouTube, right? I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. Plug in. It's not plugging in. Oh, that's because the thing is the wrong way. Shoot. All right, I can fix that. So for the next minute or so, you might hear a buzzing in the background. I'll lower the microphone there just a little bit. Go back to this big mic and we'll get to the content. But shout, wipe and go. Those things don't. Yeah, no. I'm trying to move it back and forth. Let's look at a little front picture. Sounds like a vacuum. Oh my goodness. Little Frank. Little piranha is what I work on them. It's not as annoying. Little piranha. He's becoming one with the other dogs. That's Jax. He is the mom, but he's rough. He's silly rough with him sometimes. Big old coffee stain on my leg. He needs to be brushed too. This weekend, since it's pretty out in here, it's obviously with the door wide open and short sleeves. It's like, what is it, 65, 70 out here west. Nice day. Thank goodness, and hopefully that means the yard will dry up so that we can clean the yard. Having dogs sucks, and that's what happens after they've played with each other. There's a few of us here that do have German Shepherds. I know Tyler has German Shepherds, or a German Shepherd. I think he has 2 German Shepherds, but the thing is they like chewing on heads. They like chewing on each other's heads. Any head, they like to. And it's scary for some people to watch, but you can, that's just what they do. They like sliming each other. Every kitten we've ever had has been slimed. It's almost dry. Every kitten we've ever had has been head slimed continuously throughout its whole life. So it's just one thing that shepherds do. And we still haven't figured out what he is. There's a predominant leaning attitude towards, I think was it Pocket Woman mentioned, was the first one to mention Jack Russell. We do think he has some Jack Russell in him. Man, look at that big old stain. I need a shout, wipe and go. That's the relative size of a dog compared to a Pennon kit. He's 2.5 pounds. 2.5 pounds. Now Frank's asleep. Alright, I think we have a customer coming in, so give me just a minute.
I'm gonna hit this place. I'm gonna call you right back, okay? Hey, how you doing, sir?
Good, how are you?
I spoke to you on the phone. I'm gonna start coming in.
All right. Well, I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sorry about that, y'all. That turned off into a long conversation. Where were we? Lagging 2 minutes behind. Let's see. Let's get back on it. What time is it? 11:36. And they ended up just being new cams. He had cylinders. He just had the wrong cams because it had the old telescopic bolt. The old telescopic bolt. And I don't know how well you read lips, but that we were talking about how the old telescopic bolts. It uses a Yale standard cam, but some of them actually use the little slightly more rounded version of that. And you had to, and I was trying to explain to them how to take the edges off, the corners off the cams, because it would cause, and some of them it would cause them to catch really bad. Missed it. We had some nice outfits going by. So that leads us into locksmith talk. Let's start off with this stupid thing. This ridiculous thing. None of you haven't hit the thumbs up button. Shame on y'all. Shame on y'all. Oh, sorry about your ears popping, Kaiva. Kaiva? Didn't mean to do that. I mean the Marks cam or the wide around the standard Marks cam, standard cam, just the straight but the wider. And then the Yale had the slightly rounded edges, and then Baldwin had really rounded edges. And those old telescopic bolts, the new replacement versions, ESP, Armalite style, you just order them by Armalite style. I know you have probably a dozen or more sitting around. I only keep about 3 or 4, but yeah, the new ones use the standard just squarish corner, and then the older ones sometimes you had to knock the corners off to make work. But this is a code locks. As you can see, it's doing a really great job on its gate because it needs the assistance of padlock. Hey, Robert Wright, what is up? That is a large group of people. They're all dressed alike. They're all in red, and then groups and groups of them walk by. And Barrel House is now full because there's so many people that just walk by. Are there any public phones left that need rekeying for coin storage? No. No. I actually saw one the other day in a parking lot, and somebody had run it over. Kevin mentioned it on I hit that when you're watching on your phone, if you swipe, you can swipe down, I think, and it shows the page, and then you can hit like. But yes, as long as you remember to come back and do it, that's no big deal. Logan's on YouTube. What is up? Sorry I missed everything. Yeah, Tiny Frank. Got a 17-year-old Shepherd Tennessee lockpick. Oh, puppy. An old fella puppy. Or an old girl puppy. Pitbull slime heads like that too. Could carry Frank in a tiny belt pouch. That's pretty good. It's the weirdest thing you carry in your tool bag. In my pick bag, I carry a corkscrew because you never know when you're going to come find a bottle of wine that you got to open. Lock and key and Netflix. Netflix. Give me a few years, I'll be on Netflix. Boom! The Ilco cam versus the other cam. Okay, I don't normally click on things, but I'm talking about the number 1 cam. And the Siegel M-Heart's too rounded for some. I don't know. It really depends. The Yale's 863. Let's see. Let's go. while we're talking about that, let's go to, yeah. There we go. So this is what we're talking about. The Yale standard cam is what I just put on his cylinder. And I think Night Owl was talking about Ilco cam 5 versus 6. 5 versus 6 Marks cam. Not the Marks cam. And not the Yale cam. On the old ones, you kind of almost grind it down. But no, I meant like take off. If you can see my cursor, can you see my cursor? No. Yeah, sort of. Just take off the little corners of the with the little bastard file, and not that round there. That's almost like a Baldwin. Do they even have a Baldwin cam on here? No, they don't. No, they don't. But Baldwin's like a number 17, between a 17 and 6. SE lock and key. Why does it in the ignition the only key for that? Oh, 55. Probably. I'd have to see it. Can you email me a picture of it? No, you'd have to email it. $4 o'clock. All right. Where are we? Let's go back to main content. Code locks, double code lock. I hate these things. I hate code locks. They are such horrible residential stuff that's trying to pass itself. It's trying to pass itself off as commercial crap. Yeah, it's got a little bit of metal in it, but I don't know. That may be very controversial. Let me know in the comments if you like or don't like Code Locks products. If you're familiar with these pieces of junk, let me say that that's the first one of these I've ever run across, and that needs a 3.5 inch. The head is recessed into a hollow area on the inside, and it's a Allen screw. So, kind of think about it, you could just reach over and unscrew the 2 screws on the inside. I just realized how wildly secure that was, period. So yeah, it's just held on with 2 Allen screws, and you can take it off and flip the latch open. Boom, you're done. But one of those 2 screws is a 3.5 inch segmented, believe it or not, segmented screw. And guess what? This is hanging outside in an open area with no shelf, no cover. And guess what happens to it? It gets rained on, right? So guess what happens to plain black oxidized screws that are segmented after a pretty short period of time? You guessed it, rust. And then segmented little portions break when you go to unscrew it. So if you're ever called out to have to reset these, which I might add, I've never had to reset one of them. Thank goodness, because it looks intimidating. I don't know if it's intimidating. I've never actually wanted or cared, or I'm sure it's not that intimidating, but some of them I think had a weird set of rules to changing the little inside parts. It's definitely not user I don't know. I guess it would be user doable. I don't know. They suck. Anyway, the screws, long story short is, next time you're at the hardware store, if you see a 3.5 inch truss head, which is a kind of a straight head, like maybe an Allen head style screw. If you can find an Allen head, it'd be great. But if you can only find a Phillips head, you would need one of the. I think my truss head is bigger. I can't remember the name of the screw head style, but instead of it being flared out or countersunk or whatever, it's more of a straight to sink down in the hole. Anyway, 3.5 inch screws definitely are a good thing to keep in your truck. And I don't have any around this area. I've looked at Home Depot, Lowe's, hardware stores, and it's like 832 or 1032. I want to say 1032. Almost like a rim cylinder screw, if you know what that is. Anyway, just a good idea to carry. Whoa! Why did I turn that off? Why did I turn that off? Stop that. Okay, there we are. Oh yeah, I went to the fabric store, and guess what? They had locksmith supplies. Hey, where'd my camera go? Oh, there I am. Locksmith supplies at the fabric store, y'all. And then I got to looking at them, and I guess I'm just an old school hot glue gun because I forgot or whatever. Those are actually smaller diameter. We're going back on a video that I did on pulling out the broken key. Those are actually small diameter already, so actually those may work just straight out of the box without having to modify the tip. My gun is the bigger, fatter one, so I ended up having to trim it down. But I was looking at those and I was like, I completely, when I did that video, I literally completely forgot that there were two different sizes of sticks, just because the gun that I've always had takes fat sticks and not those skinny sticks. So those skinny sticks straight out of the bag would probably pull that broken key right out. So yes, next time you're at the fabric store, get you some glue sticks. I don't know why I was talking about that. It's just a picture I took. Schlage EB. Schlage EB. Do I need an extra set of metric screws? We don't use a lot of metric around here. Pan head is the flat on the bottom with flat size and a slight dome. Yes, pan head, that's right. Thank you for throwing out the screw information on the heads. That is all about right. But I couldn't remember pan head, and I should know because I've been screwing for a long time. They were annoying. Who's annoying? Oh, going back to the cams. More of the 16 cams. Yeah, I decided that it's just a good idea if you have volume on the commercial side to just order a bag of, at least a bag of each cam. Especially Schlegel for Ilko, which was the number, what was it? Schlegel is the 15. That's wildly popular with Hager. Actually, and I have seen some Hagers, definitely the number 16, the little skinny Sergeant Yale cam's popular. And I've put on a lot of Lorry deadbolts over the years, but I almost refuse to use a Lorry deadbolt cam. Anyway, the Schlage EB handle set, I have decided, is the #1 hardest lock for a realtor to use. The #1 in the world. They take the cake. They take the cake. No realtor nowadays, and I'm talking about this next generation of younger folk out there, know how to freaking use a Schlage EB. If you're not familiar with a Schlage EB, most locks you can push a button in, like a commercial lock, you push the button in and it clicks into place, right? You can push it in and turn it and it stays locked, puts it in a storeroom function, right? Schlage EB is pretty much storeroom function only. It would never, except on a very few models in the later part of its life, the button wouldn't push in and stay. You had to push it in and turn it every time, which meant the only way to come in from the outside was to put the key in and turn it to the left, which basically the cam is straight in, and when you turn the key, it turns the cam and pulls the spring latch back, dead latch, and then you got to push the door, right? You have to push the door while you hold that tension. Well, they go and they turn the key and then turn it back, and the thumb thing is still locked. So then they sit there and they turn it both ways and then hit the thumb thing, and they can never figure out to hold it and push the door. The number one lock that really gets realtors, gets us called every time I go to somebody's house for a realtor problem, or for a realtor that's having a problem with a lock. It's this right here. Almost every time when they call out, either them or they have the customer call out because they can't get in the door. And I don't know if it's just a generational shift or, the age of the houses in our area versus some of the realtors being based out of more popular suburban areas that are not like that. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's got to be a generational shift because, for instance, when we have younger guys that move into houses that have had Baldwin levers, Baldwin estate style stuff on their doors for years, they come in and they want to put smart locks in and they want to get rid of all this junk. Junk being hundreds and hundreds of dollars of hardware. And I really think it's a generational thing, right? What do y'all think? Lockpicking patrolman is getting flurries of snow. I know, man, that's horrible. It's. I can pull my sleeves down. It's kind of almost a little chilly here, but not bad. Anyway, there we go. Schlag EV. And as I posted on Twitter yesterday, Schlag pins. God, I hate these old pins. I hate the old ones. The newer ones, the ones that were bigger, that went over the actual head of the screw itself. They were much easier to get off. You still kind of scarred up the area around it. Notice I didn't take a follow-up picture of what it looked like when I was done. That'd actually be a good, funny video. Before picture of, or a short clip video, before and then after, and it being just beat all to hell and scratches all over. I think I can pull that video off, right? That new is better even if it's new garbage. New garbage. Did I put that new garbage lock up here? No, I didn't load that. I was going to load a new garbage Oaks 3. I saw an advertisement thing for Oaks 3. Come to find there's an Oaks 2, and there was a Kickstarter. And I saw the Kickstarter, and it was like $3,000 to meet their goal. And I'd never really I don't pay attention to all these smart locks, but the Oaks was like, they've been making locks. And this is their third version. I don't know what I was thinking when I saw it, but when I saw 3,000 on the Kickstarter, I was like, wait, how are they able to do? Kind of find out it's just a company using Kickstarter for they don't need the 3,000. They're just using it for a promotional thing. Yeah. Does your store sell disc detainer? We do not sell disc detainer anything. Speaking of disc detainer. No, wait. This isn't disc detainer. This is whatchamacallit. With the pins that go up and down. Where is that picture? Anyway, I got those out. I didn't really hurt the lock. I know how to get them out without. I actually didn't get them out. I had 9 doors. It was an emergency call. And I had 9 doors. There it is. I had 9 doors with those things in them. And this was the middle of the day. My house just got broken into. And he really needs you to come out type of situation on a Friday afternoon. And it was, believe it or not, old Weiser. Y'all see my video on old Weiser dimple keys, right? That's what I was trying to say a minute ago. On old Weiser keying, it's considerably more difficult for most people who haven't done it endlessly, just because of the age of our area. And we have several complexes that are full of those, of which I have rekeyed several times. Just thinking back on it, if I could do special effects on the live, I would have like, where my mind drifts off, and all of a sudden there's flashbacks of me sweating and taking apart these 50, 75 different, apartment condo door locks. And but yeah, we're not there yet. Anyway, dimple keys. This is Watts Volt. Are you gonna be an asshole and take my spot? Hold on. It's Watts Volt did a video. It's funny because he did the video came out right after I had left Harbor Freight. Remember the little Helping Hands video that's from Harbor Freight? I almost bought one of these locks, but you know I don't do picking videos, so it'd be kind of pointless. I actually wanted to buy one to stick a screwdriver in there and turn it with a pair of pliers around it to see if it will shear very easily. That was the only reason I was going to buy it. I was probably going to rake it a few times, and everybody's like, well, it's just like a locksmith. Learn to use your picks. Gee, I can get that open in 15 seconds. Watts Volt did that in 20 seconds on his video. Yeah, I was just wanting to test it and see if you could stick a screwdriver in it and turn it, which I'm fairly sure, 60% sure that I could, but you know, it's like throwing $11 away. That's not really the point of my channel. It's like, let LPL or somebody do that. Or Watts Volt if you're watching, or end up watching. Why don't you stick it in a vise and put a screwdriver in there and see if it'll turn for you. Sure it will. It is Harbor Freight stuff. Make it really clickbaity though. That's the important thing. Clickbaity titles. What's up, Charles Builds Crap? What's going on? Got to be clickbaity. So glad you... Okay, going back on the comments. Smart locks. I know. It's like people are a trip with smart locks nowadays. Oh, I put a Schlage, old style thumb, you know, the original Schlage push button deadbolt, which are still solid locks. Okay, he was going to get cookies. He's not that much of an asshole. And they had put a storm door up, and guess what? Bang! After I put it in, closed the storm door, bang! I was like, you son of a... The handle for the storm door, perfectly in line with the Schlage turn button thing. Pissed me off. Dimple Locks, thank you guys for helping my brain back there. $20 for yeah, $1,000 for a phone. I won't pay 10. Oh my God, it's a $20 door lock. ADD says he worked for Lowe's. I've been around the lock process. Let me go back to this comment. I hate looking way over there when y'all are up here. So let me find us in the comments. Hey JDC, what's up? You just made the end. It's not the end yet. We still have 30 minutes. I just hadn't changed that 12 to 12:30 on all my graphics. We go till 12:30, and then we're over right exactly at 12:30,
That's
right?
one Matthew loves. Yeah. No, Will doesn't.
Oh, the rodeo's in town. That explains. Where is it? That explains all the flannel, the red and black colors, the red and black flannel. I forgot. It's rodeo. Yeah, it's rodeo time here up in Jackson, Mississippi. We're so glad you could join in. Everybody messes with me about my voice changing. I'll go ahead and do that right now. Here's one thing that we did this week. Talked about it on Twitter. On the Twitter. Sergeant Mortislock came at me from Hawaii with some macadamia nuts and chocolate covered macadamia nuts. So it got a strip down. Who was it? Z-Lock on Twitter counted the pieces. It was like 42. 42, 5, something like that. I should have seen it before. You will hopefully see it. However, I have to navigate the 50. Oh, why is it? Oh, are y'all closing at 12 now?
Yeah.
What you got in the bag?
Just stuff.
Oh. Man, I got to deal with y'all's people coming in here and bitching about y'all not closing.
I guess so. They should know that we're closing at 12 though, from now on.
All right, well.
Alright. Smells good in here.
Thank you.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye. That was our oldest. She works on Saturdays next door, just to make extra money. But yeah, the handles came out so beautifully. so beautifully. He didn't actually ask for that. I hope he's not watching this because I was hoping this would be a surprise. And that looks gooey, but that's actually super, super clean compared to what it was. So stay tuned for that video coming up as soon as I navigate 40 gig of footage and knock it down to as minimal as possible. But it's turning into one of those, that last big one that I did. It's kind of turned into one of those with the multiple angles, having to take it apart several times for, it didn't, oh, that one little thing wasn't working right. Oh wait, why is it? So I don't know how to crop it down. I'm trying my best, and I'm up to, we're at for sure 45 minutes right now, and I've still got another hour I could add to it, but I got to shorten it down because over an hour is kind of ridiculous. Even for me, I have ridiculous moments, but yes, less clicks on that. Not that that's important. What's important is getting the information out there, and it does show excellent views of me trying to reassemble and reassembling that lock. And it's crappy. I have this worded differently. This is tailpiece time. One thing about vacants is the never-ending twisted tail pieces. And here I'm, going back to that comments, AD&D said it's hard for me to suggest our locks. People flame stuff. I've done the Defiant video. Lowe's, I'm sorry, does not. Wait. One of the two of y'all doesn't sell Defiant. I think Home Depot sells Defiant, and y'all sell Gatehouse instead. Can't remember offhand. But yeah, the Smart Key. I mean, it's just big box stores. But, some people, going back to that whole thing about how some people are not going to spend $20 on a lock. They're not going to come to a locksmith and buy, better quality stuff. If you could call it better quality. I mean, LSDA is pretty much a mimic of Defiant. But one thing about LSDA, their cheapy versions is, I mean, they've been around for way longer. They've been around for 35 plus 40 years or more, making these locks in their Taiwan factory. But I don't know. They're on the same level, but in my opinion, they're a little bit better. But I did give kudos to Defiant for changing their tailpiece design to fix this problem right here. Black Dolphin has done that with simple locks on his channel. There's a difference between picking in a studio and picking a... Okay, I'm going back on the comments again a little bit, but Kaiva mentioned there's a difference between picking in a studio and what you have to do in black moldy rooms with gloves and a mask on. Mind you, with some dripping going on my head. Mind you, in a not so great area. I'm not going to say bad or hood, because it really wasn't either one of those. It's just a not so great. One of those where you do have to kind of pay attention to what's going on around you. You factor all that in. With an upside down crunchy lock, yes. Somebody had commented on there, I can't remember who it was. Never seen their comment before, but they were like, this should be easy to do. It should be in a heartbeat. You had some trouble. I mean, it was a nice comment. It wasn't one of the normal flame comments, but 5 minutes. I was just about to do a bump key, whack it a few times and hose it down with lubricant because it was really crunchy. If I'm not in between 5 and 10 minutes, then it just gets, removed forcibly. Many have never touched prior also, yes. I'd love to see a Rodeo. Rodeo! What's the most popular lock used on barns these days? Nothing really. Leave it at full length, put the full version too. Yeah, that's so hard to do too. Lowe's carries Gatehouse, Home Depot. Hey, thank you, Night Owl, for the verification. That's what I thought. Well, it just keeps honest people honest, yeah. Ever encounter guard dogs when we're trying to work on a lock in a house? Yes. I've seen a guy at Home Depot has cut a Raider key, which totally confused the Raider. just Raiders, like Raiders, football team Raiders key. Guard cats. Raider. Speaking of lubricant, you may or may not see this. I'm seeing this. But I'm the fellow you talked to about the Curtis Clipper. What's the best stuff to use? Okay, Powell here is I think a new owner of a Curtis Clipper. He works on vehicles.
I got a little bit hot.
He contacted me and was asking about using a Curtis Clipper 15 to cut vehicle keys, and I think he got him one. So cool on that. Old Crusty Lock. The best stuff to use lubricant-wise is Houdini. We sell it for $10.50 a can, which is what I was trying to convince that guy to buy earlier. But no, I've done lubricant lube off videos. They're quite intense. They're quite intense. But what we discovered, break it down, was that TLDR. I hate that. TLDR my ass. LPS was way up there. We had good, a medium, and then no. And we actually improved WD-40 to good after the year-long version. We did two. We did one a couple of years ago, and then one the next year, seeing how it turned out. And during that time, several moved places. It was interesting to watch that. Just, it was an official. It's as official as I'm going to do. They're still boxed up over there. Lube Off 3 coming at you next year, 2021. LPS 1, Houdini, Tri-Flow. Somebody else has watched off. Thank you for the link, Wes. WD-40 actually moved up for long-term corrosion resistance. Believe it or not, it's not true what they say that WD-40 will stick two pennies together if you leave them in a thing. Actually, we didn't do that. I wanted to do that, but I didn't do that. Did I do that? I think I did do that in Lube Off 2 a year later. Yes, it works fine with WD-40 long term. And there was one more. Which one am I forgetting, y'all? And from the original Lube Off, not Lube Off 2, from the original it was LPS 1, Houdini, Tri-Flow, and there was one other one I can't remember. Opinions on electric picks, y'all. Somebody else will have to answer that one for Jeremiah because I don't use electric picks. I don't get it. Urban, what are y'all laughing at Urban for? What did he say? Why are those pliers so sad? Yeah, like Big Patrolman's videos. I messed with like Big Patrolman on his real life picking videos. We need to see an amped up version of that LPP. We need to amp it up next time. I gave you many ideas. Lube Off was awesome. Yes, Cheerio, Anthony. Thank you. Kronos makes a good one. Okay, y'all talk about that. Anyway, let's get off this. Where were we? We were at the end of our... we got an unboxing we got to do. Let's check out the box before we go. Let's see, what did we miss? Oh, not to get off on a tangent here, but if you're going to book a effing service call to come do something, then do it. I only put this picture up here because it's a picture of a padlock. And it's a gate. And a warning that some people like screwing with you, apparently, or just plain you-know-whats, and don't show up to service calls and make me sit there for 20 minutes thinking he's on the way. Come to find out he was not going to answer his phone or do anything, and never responded to our multiple phone calls while I was there. So I finally was like, you know what, screw this, and left. Luckily I had a call literally right around the corner from there, so it wasn't like it was as much of an irritation as it could have been. I would have been pretty pissed if I would have specifically driven to that area. And here's a locksmithing thing for you. I had a guy hire me about a week ago to come down and drill and install two Baldwin deadbolts, a Baldwin handle set, so bottom and top, on a blank door that had been hung. And he said he called every locksmith around. You don't. I tend to believe him just because he seemed like a really good guy after I'd been there for a while. and I have to go back, and he's got another project that he's got going on. But he had a blank door put up, and apparently everybody he called, every locksmith he called, said that they don't drill doors. And I understand there's automotive locksmiths, and then there's old relic locksmiths. That do actually in a way it's almost a carpentry type situation. But I mean, as a locksmith, if you're going to be a residential locksmith period, or if you're going to sell your services, I don't know how you look at it like that. I mean, I guess it's to their, I don't know, I guess they just don't trust themselves enough to do it or what. But you know, that's just as a locksmith, I've had to drill so many holes in doors. How can you call yourself a locksmith and say you don't drill doors? Locksmith puts locks on doors, and just because there's no hole, I mean, geez, these newfangled generational people. Back in my day,
They did not open up the shoe shop today.
no, they're not open. Safe locksmiths. They drill. Safe locksmiths drill more infuriatingly than anybody else. I mean, I just don't get it. If you're going to say that you work on houses or businesses, at some point you're going to have to pick up a drill and put a hole in the door. See, here, I had to pick up a drill and put a hole in the door because that one sucked. And I had to chisel it and, you know, I had to locksmith it. So, I don't know. These people just need to try harder. Try harder, folks. Don't give up. Maybe scary to do, but just do it. Make your money. Don't screw up the customer's door. This one, I don't think I'm going to do a video on this. This was in that community post. Y'all remember what I said in that last antique video about the long post? Yeah, if you didn't see the community post. Yeah, so none of the options that I've got up here, even these, we have, let me get a pick. We got to go do this unboxing and then we got to wrap it up. So check depth. So that's about yay long. And oh no, it is not gonna, it's gonna have to be drilled out. Shoot, and I think most of these are about the same. Yeah, that's about the same. So I'm gonna have to drill out one of these. This one, if they wanted to go with the cheaper one, the cheaper one's always really shallow. So, and trying to drill these out, the heat actually melts this cast if you let it heat up too much. So you have to go real careful. Everybody's like, you shouldn't be heating up your drill. That means your drill bit's dull. Just fucking buy a new drill bit, Jason. I did. I burned through them so much. I have a drill press, Night Owl. You know that. It's a cheap drill press, but it drill presses. But I do need to make either a mold, which I don't really have molding capabilities or anything. Literally go find somewhere else to park, lady. But I want to get like a wood brace so that I can clamp it, and then because that's the hardest part about drilling these out is holding it still without hurting it. SE lock and key. You've lost all your existing keys? 2005 does Ford Expedition. Has it got a big thick black plastic head? Yeah, that's got a chip in it. They're $55 for a copy. No, you bring that in. You have a key, you just need a copy made, or you've lost all your keys? No, that's more like $200. And we don't have anybody available until Monday. All right. sad news for you. So yeah, getting a clampy deal for that so that it'll hold firmly and safely. Sharpen your drill bits. I wasn't gonna say I've got a drill bit sharpener. It is nicely collected dust in the very back room for a long time. Because I don't like sharpening drill bits. I don't like sharpening drill bits. Sorry. Not my thing. No, is this the same guy? Okay. I just don't like sharpening drill bits. Electronic locks seem to be. Anders asks or says, electronic locks seem to be very popular. We were talking about that a minute ago. Were you in chat a minute ago? Electronic versus mechanical locks. Well, mechanical, those code locks are like mechanical, right? I don't like, the only mechanical lock I would ever recommend would be a Simplex 1000 for that circumstance. Very circumstantial, but Simplex 1000, and nobody better say anything about magnet working on it, because no, they don't. But the only mechanical commercial grade, and the Simplex 900s, actually the little till drop, other than the issues with installing those, SE lock and key. We're in Fondren, across from Walker's Drive-In. Yeah, are you familiar with the business district right north of UMC Hospital? Yeah, right up the street from Cobb's in the strip. You know where the old Cobb's was? Yeah, we're right across the street. We're right by the shoe shop. No, we close at 4, and you can see the key over the store. We're right there by it. You'll see a shoe shop, and then you'll see a big key over the store. Now we're on the same side as the old Cobb's Cleaners, but we're across Mitchell from it, where the row of stores is. If you 3003, we're pretty much right beside the old Cobb's. Okay. The door prep for the 1000 and 900 is annoying. Yes, the door prep, especially for the 900 in the residential sense, because you're not really going to use that. This was just beautiful, isn't it? Look, it's a vertical rod antique cabinet lock. So I don't know if I'm going to do a video on that or not. It doesn't really seem worthwhile because there's only, is that a lever? Is that, I think it's got to be one lever. It's just one lever, so actually probably the whole blade of the key, there's a spring for it, will work it once you get it hollowed out. The biggest deal is obviously getting it hollowed out. I give up. Seen a few examples of RFID skimming, picking on my end. Oh yeah, no problem. I don't. They're pretty resistant to the whole hacking. I mean, there's so many people nowadays online that are going to tear their company a new one if a weakness is found in locks. You'd think most of these companies, aside from the ones that don't care, like Brinks and all that, the big companies, but I'm pretty sure most of the stuff like that level lock that's about to come out, all that stuff, I'm sure they say it's military grade, whatever, 5,000 gigahertz encryption, level 18, plus minus 4, all that. It can't be hacked, and somebody comes along and hacks it, and then they do a patch, and, same old story. Picking, hacking, it's neither are likely. More likely, it's just a door kick-in, which we've had a lot of break-ins lately around here. We had a bunch of phone calls yesterday. Yale. You know, I'm really starting to like. I've put on a lot of Yale locks, including some of the commercial ones, for my alarm guys, because they don't want to. they're smart. They don't want to. So they hire me to do it, and they use specifically Yale locks. Most of the time it's residential, but I've put on more than a handful of their trilogy style, their commercial lever handles. Voice activated. We made a joke about that one time about how locks are talking to you nowadays. But I'm pretty impressed. Pretty impressed with the Yale commercial lever handles. Comparing it to trilogy versus Yale's. One thing I did discover, you do have to have a kind of an oddball hole size for metal doors. What was it, 5/8 or something like that? You have to have an oddball hole size. And I need to add that to my need list, come to think about it, because those pop up. You're not expecting them to pop up. You're like, hey, come put it on this lock. So I need to go get a 5/8 or something. I'm going to check the directions. It's either 5/8 or 3/4. I feel like it may be 3/4 for the through wire hole, whereas Trilogy needs the 2. Trilogy's pretty little ticky. Those of you who put T2s on, it's a little tricky getting them to snap into the top. Like if you tighten the base plate for the top area where the battery sits, if it's off just a little bit, it's really tricky to get it to snap together in those 2 side screws to go in. The Yale, nothing like that. Same quality. I mean, I don't know about longevity, but yeah. Hey Dave, what's up? They're pretty good. I think they're pretty good. I think they're going to be around for a while. The major jig's a lifesaver. 3/4, I think, too, Night Owl. Yeah. And I just never have carry so I just use a hole saw. I'll drill like 1/4 inch, because I burn through 1/4 inch bits a lot. Pilot bits, like I buy specifically pilot bits. They seem to be more awesome for any 1/4 inch application. Just buy the pilot version of that, like you were going to use it in a hole saw. Number one, you have one if you need it. Number two, they really hold up well. Side by side, same brand. I feel like the ones designed for pilots last longer. I don't know what it is. I don't know if y'all have noticed that either, but pilot bits rock for 1/4 inch. So I go 1/4, and then I step it up to half, and then use a hole saw or a step drill to make it bigger. Whereas it'd be much easier if I just had a 3/4 inch hole saw. I need to add that to my list next time I go to the hardware store. Where were we? We were done with all the content, weren't we? Yes, we were. So let's go ahead and jump up front real quick. We'll do an unboxing since somebody decided to walk off from my spot. So which can do we want to go with? I want to go with this one. Yes. Oh, she's back. Hold on, these people are being nice today. And coming back when they're supposed to. Let's switch. We got to switch things. There. Okay. Sorry about that feedback. All of a sudden feedback. Oh, we need the unboxing box, right? I do not have my comments up, so I'm going to go over the comments real quick while I see that. Let's see. Okay, I'm caught up on comments, and I'm sorry if I missed any before, but we gotta get this unboxing done, right here, because I need stuff out of it. Ooh, I need the shredded invoices out of it. By the way, welcome to the family. A new tripod. Check this out. I can. Let's see. What can I do here? We can come up. Let go. Boom. Look at that. New tripod. The only thing I don't like about it is this goes. It's got a center shaft, but it doesn't have. It doesn't have the stabilizer legs like this. It has these little legs that keep the legs in an exact distance, which is good and bad sometimes. This one does not have that. So the legs can be bent any which way. However, I can pull out the center shaft here and use it as a selfie stick almost. Okay, let's see what we got in the box. What do y'all think we have in the box? Shredded invoices, Jason. You know it. You know it. All right, let me go check that position, and we'll get it opened. You'll be spared. Hey,
Hey,
what can I help
we
you?
found it. I called here maybe about an hour. Maybe I took it back. It's been maybe about 2 hours. I need a key made. Man, my key won't do nothing. It's pissing me off for the last 2 days. My car won't do nothing. 2002 Ford Explorer.
What you mean it won't do nothing?
This theft light. I went to an auto shop, and the auto shop told me that he couldn't deactivate my system. So I bought another battery, but he told me that I need another key and get another key program. Cause when I bought my Ford Explorer, the dealership only had one key. They didn't have 2 keys. So the problem with my car is the theft light keep blinking.
Right.
And it's I had my uncle.
So he has to have 2 keys to be able to do something, or
I just need another key made.
does it? But this isn't cranking it right now, right?
It does.
It does.
But I need another key. That's the reason why I came by.
Gotcha.
Key.
Okay, just making sure.
I don't know what wrong. They be making me mad. The mechanics tell me that once the theft light go off, it'll crank right back up. But the auto mechanic dude he just told me get another key made. He said when you're taking the key out, taking the battery cables out, and you're trying to reset it, it's reading it, but it's still locking or something like that. You're making me mad.
You might need to go look at this.
Okay, there's yours back.
I'm gonna even put an old key on here.
All right, 59.40 with your tax.
I got exactly 60.
Okay.
I ain't leaving no gas money. money, no nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should come here, got some keys made.
But it's actually I think the dealership told me $283. I said, ooh.
Ooh.
Gee. I said, ooh, I can't afford it.
They must have been looking at the wrong year, because
I
that's
believe they were looking at the wrong year.
much more like a
Most
new.
of them, they go by the year.
Yeah. Huh. Let me see yours again real quick. Yeah.
I parked back there. They won't tow my car with me.
Nah.
Cause I wasn't nowhere to park out there.
We in my mother parked in the empty parking spot right here.
Well, I've been going around the circle since I caught up here.
I ain't finna put it back on there.
Oh, well, ring comes with it,
Key
so.
messed up.
The theft light keep blinking, and
Need
it's
to-
not reading my key.
It works in your door too, right?
Yeah.
You need to cycle it in the door, like put it in and turn it a few times. It
Okay.
may be a little catchy. I don't know how often you use the remote most of the time.
I've been using the remote. I just put a new battery in here yesterday.
If it doesn't, if you don't use that lock a lot, it'll freeze up on you. So you need to every so often take your key, and also by doing that, it deactivates any alarm.
Oh, good.
So if somebody had tried getting in your car without a key, like by Jimmy in the door,
Park down there anymore.
if you turn the key in the door, it'll cycle on and off the alarm. So that may be affecting something. They may need to try that.
I understand exactly what you're saying.
So,
I got you.
alrighty.
I know I need to, on those Explorers, they got the keypad to make you a lock.
Yeah, but the physical action of
So
turning the
lock
key,
on it?
number one, it'll keep it free in case.
Yeah, a lot of people, I got used to always pushing the button lock and then I don't never use the key, but I done started doing it now. I got you. I understand what you're saying. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What you need? Which one?
Each one.
One of each?
Yes, sir.
Did you want to do the house keys and any of the cool?
No, sir.
Just regular brass?
How much are they?
$225 each, so it'd be like $980, I think. Over yours?
Okay.
You get that free with 3 keys on Saturday.
Okay, thank you.
Did you want this set on there?
Oh, yes, sir. I went to Walmart the other day to get some keys made to my new house, and they gave me the wrong keys. So I'm gonna come up here, cause see, I don't know which key this is that I need. I don't know which one they messed up. But I wish I.
Did your original work okay?
Yeah, the original worked, but I don't know if she made 4 keys to one, and just cause I told her 2 sets of keys for my 2 daughters.
All right, let me see what you got over here. I mean, yeah, that's two different keys right there, but
I
one
don't
of
know
them.
which one that I need made for my daughter, cause one
But
of 'em
these
go-
work okay,
Yeah,
right?
those work okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna come back and just
Yeah.
over the weekend and see which one do the dead box. I'm just gonna come Monday.
972.
That's a thrift store back there.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, go check them out.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up in there now.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks. Have a good one. Oh, we're on. We're on. Oh, see you later, guys. Who had to go? Sorry, y'all didn't get to see what's in the box. Sorry you didn't get to see. Yes, let's go back out there. See ya, LPP. Have a good one. Little low on the lapel mic. Yes, it is. Look at that. Look at that. Why were we so low? That was weird. Okay, go back up. There we go. Locksmiths don't do windows. You know, I had a broken out window yesterday at a house that got window broken out. Rodeo brings people on the streets. Good business. Those girls want rodeo. I'm gonna scroll back just a sec. Thank you for recommending subscriptions, y'all. 47 out of 57. We have 57 on today. Y'all rock. Okay, let's go over here. Let's go over here and see what we got in the box, and we'll be done with this broadcast. Oh, you know what? I said this is the magical time of the year. I seriously have not talked about what makes it the magical time of the year. One more second. Freaking school chocolate almonds. If you're not familiar with world's finest chocolate almonds, I feel bad for you, because this makes this the most magical time of the year when the kids start trolling the neighborhood with the chocolate almonds. And then we have Girl Scout cookies coming out soon. And then we have Valentine's Day chocolate. February is just really bad for your health, all right? Some would say chocolate's good for your health, but chocolate almonds. Anyway, that's the whole title of the video. I felt I needed to address that because I did not before. And that is going to be my lunch. And this is going to be stuff that I got to put up, which actually it's not too much. Oh my God, cut away from you. Oh my God, we don't have shredded.
Forgot my receipt.
Oh, you need a receipt? Okay.
It's for the reasons.
Gotcha. Hold on. Let me borrow that pen. There we go. Thank you. God, we don't have shredded invoices, y'all, but we do have. I gotta put that in my truck. That's why I brought it out here. An invoice. Yay, the money part. Y'all want to see my stain? Oh, it's not bad. You can see the outline there. Okay, one of my local, and actually I didn't know he watched a lot of my videos, but he does. I had to put in a new ignition for him, so I had to replace this one. This is a Ford ignition. I always keep one of those in stock. BW2s, I mentioned this in my actual last, did I upload it? Yeah, I did an unboxing where Acme wasn't sure whether or not these were nickel silver. They are indeed BW2 Baldwin look-alike keys, nickel silver. So I had to restock that. In the meantime, I had ordered a bag of 10 in my last unboxing. or my last video unboxing anyway. I've had a few between then and there, but the 1510 was nickel silver. So I actually, out of the 10, I've already sold 6 of those, so I was down to 4. And there we go. I replaced this number 7 VAT key. Don't sell a lot of VAT keys anymore, but every so often they come in needing them. GTI chip, that was the last one. That Ford key that just left, that was the last GTI chip. And I actually ran out of Circle Plus keys, which should be in here. So here's 3 more GTI transponder chips. C9100s. We still have 4 over there. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna go ahead and hang these straight up right away. This will be our unboxing and stocking and unboxing. Let me just get these out of the way. We had an apartment complex come in and buy 35, was it 35 from us? A couple of weeks ago. And we just fly through these things. We just fly through them. So many apartments use these boxes. Well, I love it. I love it. Let's see, zoom back down, zoom out, zoom out. Okay, we have Schlage. Oh, I didn't even have to go out to the truck to get this. Schlage. I didn't order Schlage cylinders. Don't do it. Literally find anywhere else to park, y'all. These are supposed to be dummy cylinders. Ah. Here you have it, live. We have a screw up. These were supposed to be dummy cylinders, not Schlage cylinders. So let's take a look at this invoice and see what the problem is, whether it be them not putting the right ones in the box or them being input wrong on the invoice. Dummy, I clearly said dummy cylinders. How do you mix up Schlage cylinders with dummy cylinders? So guess who gets to send a call tag? Guess who gets to send a call tag? Acme does. Acme does. L4 inch and 1/8 mortar cylinders. Sold. I only usually carried one of these for like true emergencies, like, oh my god, I gotta have a L4 cylinder. So now I'm carrying 4 for an emergency. JMA, yes, I don't like JMA, but this is the only shell key that I can get my paws on. Again, this is what just left the shop. And I got 4 more now. Yay, shell keys, I'll take those out of the bag. Lastly, what do I have lastly? My Circle Plus keys. Ew, I needed these really bad. Oh, they're not stuck together. So, yeah, I'm gonna debag all these keys. And put them up as soon as y'all know what I'm doing. Once live is done, we're going to be putting up a couple of transponder keys on the shelf and furiously typing up a letter to Acme to send me dummy cylinders. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and zoom on back. I'll let y'all. Wait a minute. There we go. We'll watch and see if the guys decide to disappear. Pizza and beer were breakfast of champions. Had the magazine, yeah. Girl Scout cookies, Dakota says, Girl Scout cookies are well documented as being part of the 7 food groups. Absolutely. Absolutely, I completely agree. Completely agree. So I'm going to go over the comments real quick, and we're going to wrap this up. A live towing camera with the world watching. Yeah. They must think Schlags are dummies. I know, that's so crazy. VAT keys, I have those coming in too. Ran in my first VAT a while ago, 2002 Buick Century. A Buick Century. The old Buick. Yeah, the old Buick. I've made many keys for old Buicks. 2002, actually Buick, I think, was one of the last holdouts on VATs. They were like, we're not letting go of our VAT key because it's special. Double-sided GM 10-cut. Looking at you, GM 10-cut VAT key. Most ridiculous crap ever. Mailbox locks. My friends at HL, they have too many products. My brain hurts getting ready for stock day. I love shredded invoices getting everywhere. Yeah, shredded invoices just get everywhere. $3 a box. The chocolate walnuts are $2 a box. So I buy multiple boxes. Multiple boxes. All right, that catches me up on comments. James Randolph, have a good one. Thanks for tuning in. All you guys who are here still. 12:47. I told you we stopped at 12:30. Told you we stopped right at 12:30. So we're going to wrap this up. World's chocolate almonds. Wrap this up with the munching on chocolate almonds. Those of you who buy chocolate almonds will know my complaint. They could seriously fit 2 or 3 more of these in here. Dad blast it. Weekend movie suggestions. 1917 Ford versus Ferrari. Kim said something came out on Netflix the other day. Now that we have little Frank, it screwed up our Star Wars. Oh, they both home? Yeah, they were. Little Frank screwed up our Star Wars movie. Oh, I just love chocolate almonds. Anyway, me and my coffee stained pants are going to keep glaring at this guy out here. I guess we're going to the shoe shop. I guess I have to do this. This is what I'll be doing, y'all. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, y'all. Hope you have a great weekend. I gotta take that garbage home this weekend. Normally we don't throw foodstuffs in this garbage because this garbage lasts longer. That's a dry area, but I gotta take it out this weekend anyway. Yes, Gumby's chocolate covers. We still have a few of those. We ate a whole bag and a half, and then kind of got tired of them. But they're waiting, patiently waiting. They don't go stale really quickly. So only thing is just hard on the teeth, man. Use a little bit chocolate covered cashews. Oh, I'll tell you one thing. We've got a chocolatier around the corner here. Nandy's Candy. They probably have a website, but they the dark chocolate sea salt. Hey, what's up?
Can I get 2 duplicates of that?
Do you want puppy keys or do you want plain keys?
Just plain. I have a tendency to lose keys. Do y'all sell neat little key rings?
We've got key rings on the wall over there.
Okay. You take American Express?
Only MasterCard Visa in the shop.
Okay.
Okay, $5.40. There's that.
Okay.
Alrighty. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.
Yeah, American Express is just a little too ticky with their rates with small orders. We do take it through Square in the field, but those are obviously bigger orders. But not for they don't like $5 and $10. We have a $5 minimum on whatever credit card, and they don't like American Express. Doesn't like that. American Express wants 10,000, 20,000. They don't like $5. It's a $20 minimum. Is it? Okay, I don't know. Charger shot, yeah, a ton. But luckily through Square, it's all the same rate. So that's the only reason we do it through Square. However, it's not for $5 and $10 keys. Amex holders that get all, some of them get really, really pissed about it. And it's like, why do you get so pissed? Is it because you run into this enough that you're getting so mad? Don't take it out on me. If you run into it more than once, something tells you it's not uncommon. And most of them are like, do you? And they know, wow, there are just large groups of people walking everywhere today. I guess because it's a pretty day. So yes, we're going to go ahead and end this because if it's a pretty day, that means I'm going to try to get home in time to do enough yard work to lessen the impact tomorrow so I don't have to do as much. But for those of you with snow and rain and sleet and HEC on Earth, I'm sorry, but we're going to enjoy our nice weather. We'll send it to you, LPP. He's already gone, but we'll send it up that way eventually. No, we're keeping it. It's the South. It'll be summertime in another week. I rarely run into places that don't take Amex, but I know that not everyone does. Magical Yard Work Day. I know, and it's been put off for a long time, so it's going to be a nasty one. Anyway, thanks for joining in, everybody who is here, who I've missed. I tried to get everybody blacked often. Eclipse Security. I tried to name everybody that I saw. Fred, I didn't say hey to you, but I saw some of your comments. Yes, we're done. We're way over time. Thanks for tuning in. Y'all have a great weekend. And as always, we'll catch you next video. Now that I've gotten the mold video off my phone, I'm going to try to get Kim, and these aren't related to locks, but Kim's New York trip. I've got a bunch of her footage. I'm going to put something together for them. Because I sent them a GoPro. I sent them the GoPro 7 and said, here's how to use it. And it's kind of, some of the footage was funny, like looking at the camera, like what? And then they got them recording where they pulled the door off of it. And my oldest was trying to get it to reattach and she didn't know she was recording. So that's kind of funny that I got those clips, which I was hoping for. That's why I only gave them a minimal amount of instruction on how to use the GoPro. And then, eventually we're going to have that long video with the Sergeant Mortis lock in it, which goes into great detail on rebuilding a Sergeant Mortis lock, so stay tuned for that. And the other one is a Little Frank movie. We got a Little Frank movie footage. I've built up enough footage now to do a Little Frank movie, so hopefully tomorrow will be my whimsical day, and I'll put together a New York trip for those of you who have never seen the inside of museums and stuff. It's pretty cool footage. Night Owl's probably very familiar with everything there, but yeah, they went in museums and the Met and all this other, but it's a bunch of little clips, so it'd be interesting for those of you who've never been, because I've never been, to see some of the insides of those buildings. Like the library is just ridiculous. Ridiculous. Some of that is really, Night Owl, talking to you and anybody else up there in that area, some of those buildings are just ostentatious. That's the only word I can come up with. Ostentatious. And I'm sure you know exactly probably a few of those buildings that I'm talking about. But yes, very, the Grand Central Terminal, just so ostentatious. Why does it have to be so tall? I don't get that. It's just ostentatious. But I guess half the architecture in the world is pretty ostentatious anyway. Thanks for tuning in. We're out of here. We'll catch y'all next video, whatever it may be. And have a great weekend. Lock Force disassemble. And let's go ahead and end screen this bad boy. Hey, with my little bitty camera. Everybody, have a great weekend. I'm gonna go do some real work now. I need music on the end, right? Don't I? I think I do. I think I do.